I want you to look at these two apartments carefully. Both of these apartments are in Whitefield and they approximately cost 1 CR each, and they were marketed as being 1500 square feet. But notice how House A is clearly bigger than House B. How is it possible for one house to be bigger when they are the same size? I showed you these floor plans because many home buyers only realize something feels off after they finally move in. So in this video, I want to break down one of the biggest misunderstandings buyers have by telling you exactly what you are paying for when you purchase a house. Let me take you to the start of your journey when buying a home. The very first thing you likely saw was a flyer or a reel talking about a nice house in Indiranagar. So you call and schedule a visit. The moment you enter the house, you hear, "Sir, this house is 1500 square feet." That number immediately becomes the anchor. You quickly calculate the price per square foot, you decide whether it's expensive or reasonable, and you try to negotiate based on that number. After a few weeks of back and forth, you strike a deal and you get busy arranging money. But very few buyers pause to ask one simple question. What exactly does that 1500 square feet include? Is it the only space inside your home, or does it include space outside your home as well? You see, an apartment actually has three different sizes: the space you live inside, the space the structure occupies, and the space the building collectively owns. All three measurements are correct, but they are not interchangeable. And most confusion in this property pricing comes from mixing them together. To help decode this, I'm going to take the help of this pizza. Think of each slice as a flat in an apartment complex. The best part of any pizza and house alike is the interior. It's where all the toppings and sauce are. This area within your house is called the carpet area. The easiest way to visualize carpet area is to imagine spreading a carpet wall to wall across your home. Anywhere you can spread the carpet would come under the carpet area. This includes your living room, bedrooms, kitchen, and bathrooms. Every step you take inside your home, you are walking on the carpet area. This is a space your furniture uses, this is a space your daily life happens in, and this is the home you imagine when you think about living there. When most people visualize a house, they are visualizing the carpet area. Now, a pizza cannot just be toppings. You need a solid base for all the toppings to sit on. Think of the crust on which the toppings are placed. Similarly, your house requires a base as well, and walls to support the structure around which your house is built. The crust of your house is what's called a built-up area. Traditionally, the built-up area is 10 to 20% more than the carpet area. Even spaces like your balcony and utility spaces within the apartment are considered as a part of the built-up area. Now I got this pizza delivered in this box. Functionally, every slice lays on top of this box and is sharing a space of it. Similarly, your apartment is also lying on top of land that is being shared by all the flat owners. And not all of this land is being used only by you. For example, there are lifts, parks, gym, clubhouse, etc. All of this space is shared by every flat owner and is proportionately divided among all apartments. Because legally you co-own these areas, a fraction of them gets added to every flat size. This space is also known as super built-up area. It is the area plus the share of common areas of that apartment. Traditionally in India, carpet area is roughly 60 to 70% of super built-up area, which means around 30 to 40% of the value you pay is linked to the shared spaces. This 30 to 40% is also called as loading in real estate circles. We will come back to this term later. Now let's circle back to the two families who bought identical 1500 square feet homes. Here is what happened. House A had a carpet area close to 1100 square feet, while House B had a carpet area closer to 900 square feet. Since both houses had a super built-up area of 1500 square feet, they were both marketed as a 1500 square feet house. But one counted more living space and the other house had more shared building space. So on paper, they looked identical, but in reality, they felt very different. This is also why price per square foot comparisons sometimes feel confusing. So here are a few steps that can help you evaluate a house. Step 1. Find out the super built-up area and the carpet area. Step 2. Calculate loading by subtracting carpet area from super built-up area. Step 3. Understand how much of the price is attached to shared spaces. And step 4. Decide whether those shared spaces justify the cost for you. Amenities like gyms, parks, and clubhouses are shared by many residents. So the real value depends on how much you personally expect to use them. Let's put this in practice. Look at this house here. This 2 BHK is currently being sold for 1 CR. That's 1500 square feet super built up area and 1040 carpet area. The apartment comes with 2 parks, a gym and a swimming pool that is not functional. Step 1. We both know the super built up area and carpet area. So let's move to step 2. Loading is calculated by subtracting super built up and carpet area. In this case comes to 460 square feet. Step 3. Price attached to loading is equal to 30.6 lakhs, which comes to roughly 31% of the value of the house. Step 4. Now it's up to you to see if you found the amenities worth the 30% loading. Are the lifts functional? Are pools, gyms being maintained and cleaned weekly, etc. If you find that you could get the same amenities close by your house and you do not mind the travel to and fro, then look for a house with less loading. But if the convenience is worth the price, go with the house you just looked at. Once you start evaluating homes this way, comparisons become clearer and decisions become easier. By following our checklist, you will know exactly what you are paying for. Want extra space within the house? Look at the carpet area. Want more space and balconies? Check how much your built-up area is. And finally, check if the amenities and extra space around your apartments is worth paying loading on it. Real estate can be confusing. Our videos break down complexities and help you take more informed home buying and selling decisions. Consider subscribing if you learn something new.